Let's take a look at the story on the UIF and some of the progress that they've been making in terms of getting the system back online. Makasonke Buthelezi is the spokesperson for the UIF. He joins us now live. Mr. Buthelezi, I certainly hope that you can hear me much better this time around. I was asking about the progress that you've been making in tracking down some of those that were behind the irregular payments and recouping some of the monies that had already been paid out.
Yes, we are quite happy with the progress that we have made so far, and we commend the work that has been done by the law enforcement agencies in helping us with this arrest of people who are defrauding the fund. And we have also, as the fund, the risk management of the fund has also made some significant strides in terms of making investigations and some following up on some of the complaints about possible fraudulent activities. And we are continuing to do that. And remember, we had indicated earlier on that we are going to have a follow the money process. And we have appointed companies in all provinces who have started to do this work. And we anticipate that we're still going to get more companies that are involved in fraudulent activities. Through this exercise, we are most likely to get more of them.
You had a number of cases that were sitting with your forensics unit. This is companies or organizations that may have been red flagged for one reason or the other. The difficulty is that many of these employees who are part of these organizations have not had any of their payments. When will you be wrapping up those investigations?
I think some of them are very close at being wrapped up as we get more information from the employers. And as you rightly said, some of them we have since blocked them. And they are at various stages of investigations. I can't say exactly because we started investigating them at different stages when we started. Therefore, they are also at various stages in terms of the progress. But as soon as we finish investigating one company, we then are able to release the funds to the workers. So what we are very careful of is release the funds to the workers or to the company whilst the company is still under investigation. But once the investigation is done and we are happy with the outcomes, we are then able to unblock or to lift the block and release the funds to the employer.
Sure, and part of the reason why I ask is that you have some employers whose companies have been flagged and sent to the forensic unit for about 2 to 3 months now. And these employers obviously need some kind of way forward because they're relying on this money.
Yeah, well, I think why some of the delays are happening is the nature and the complexity of these cases. And especially it makes it difficult if some of the people for whom they have claimed are deceased and they will tell you that, no, but this person, we see him or her, here he is, he's walking around the factory. And on our records or Home Affairs records, it shows that this person is deceased. So that is a very complex case. So that is why some of them take that long. And but as soon as everything is on the table, the facts are there, and we have no reason not to release the money, then we are able to do so. So it depends really on the complexity of the case.
One of the other concerns around the UIF right now is your ability to be able to sustain the fund and continue paying South Africans, even those that, of course, would need money under the normal UIF payments. Do you see that as a risk, the rate at which you've been paying money out, especially because you're looking at a market in South Africa where the number of those that's unemployed continues to be on the increase, which means that there'll be a much more greater pull on you for support and help?
It is indeed a huge concern because our funds are limited. It's not an infinite resource. So So, but with every decision that we take in terms of whether we are able to extend the provision of the benefit, there is some work that is done by the actuaries. And even now, actuaries are hard at work trying to crunch the numbers to see if we can be able to even extend the benefit further. And as you rightly say, we anticipate that there'll be a rise in the unemployment benefit claims. So we should be able to meet that obligation. So it is a concern, and but the actuaries are looking at the numbers, and they will advise us if we are able or we can afford to pay more in terms of the extension.
At the same time, however, you're dealing with queues and queues of people outside your offices who are yet to receive this benefit, especially where the TARS benefit is concerned, because that's where a large portion of the focus has been. But those who are even trying to claim under the normal benefit are also experiencing problems.
Yes, that's true, Kathy. And I think the bulk of the problem has been the fact that we didn't have everybody back in the office in the last few months, as we know, due to lockdown regulations. And whereas on the other hand, we've had a lot of unemployment retrenchments that were happening, hence the queues were growing longer and longer. And but we anticipate that as time goes on, with everybody back in the office, we should be able to attend to all those claims that are submitted. And I must also indicate that even our online claims, due to the fact that we were slim in terms of submitting the claims at labor centers, and even there was also a huge number of online claims as well. But with everybody, like I'm saying, coming back, we anticipate that these queues will be reduced at labor centers, and things like working overtimes will be looked at so that we can fast track the payment of benefits to deserving employees.
All right, let's leave it there for tonight. The UIF spokesperson, Makosonke Buthelezi.